Hey folks, it's Vivi, and let's talk about some SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I'm gonna try my best to compile everything we know about the game so far, alright? So THQNordic on June 5th announced the first of their new projects, a remake of a classic, dearly beloved SpongeBob game, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Yes, it is a remake, folks, and not an HD remaster. Let me read the official description from the main website. Are you ready, kids? The cult classic is back, faithfully remade in Sponge-tastic splendor. Play as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy and show the evil plankton that crime pays even less than Mr. Krabs. Want to save Bikini Bottom from lots of rampant robots with your mighty bubbles? Of course you do. Want to underpants bungee jump? Why wouldn't you? Want to join forces in a brand new multiplayer mode? The battle is on! There you go, folks. It's a remake, it says it right there. If you're wondering what the models will look like, well, let's have a look at these sweet screenshots. It's beautiful, it's colorful, I love the style they went with. There you go. This game is going multi-platform, meaning Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox. I mean, the original was multi-platform, just so you know. There's no release date yet. Whatever you see on Amazon, it's a placeholder. December 31st is a typical placeholder for any game out there. Don't take 2020 as the actual year of release. It could be, but we have no clue on it. As for the price, the game currently sits at $30 US for all versions on Amazon US. Is this going to be the final price? Who knows with time. Now, under the remake features, we read the following. Let's go. Faithful remake of one of the best SpongeBob games ever created. High-end visuals, modern resolutions, and carefully polished gameplay. Brand new Horde mode multiplayer for up to 2 players, online and split screen. Restored content that was cut from the original game, like the Robo-Squidward boss fight, and more. This brand new Horde mode, for those of you who don't know what that means, while Horde mode seems to imply a mode where up to 2 players can battle against an ongoing wave of enemies. The original was only single player and offline. I believe this is going to excite the heck out of old fans of this game. The juiciest part, restored content that was cut from the original, will make its way into Rehydrated, such as Robo-Squidward and more. Having a look at the cutting room floor for this game, we got unused levels, unused dialogues, unused hidden objects, there's a bunch. As for the restored content, I tend to lean more towards challenges and boss battles at least. Robo-Squidward, which you can find in the theater room, concept art. And the thing about that, looking at it right now, it seems the player would have to make their way towards a switch, which would allow some boulders to fall onto Squidward, and we notice some multiple SpongeBobs, perhaps to show different mechanics or movesets for this boss, something like that. This boss, when it comes to restored content, I can imagine being brought back for Rehydrated. Another one, discovered by Reddit user MetaG64. The person got SpongeBob Muscle Pants to work, an unfinished boss battle. You can't even beat him if you manage to unlock him. People imagine this boss to be phase 2 of Robo SpongeBob. He looks smaller though compared to his first form, so we wonder, how would he get this form? Another unused level, Patrick's Dream. User Pasta937 has some footage you can go check out. There was no skybox, that would explain the glitchiness going on screen. For anything cut or unused, simply check out the cutting room floor. As I said, there's a bunch. As for other things, in the original, Mr. Krabs and Mermaid Man were voiced by Joey White. It'd be very neat to have Clancy Brown as Mr. Krabs. As for Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, sadly their original voice actors passed away. Mermaid Man in 2012 and Barnacle Boy this year, 2019. When it comes to the other characters, they all reprised their roles. We hope the same applies for Rehydrated. As much as possible, that'd be cool. Now there's no word on whether or not the original composers will return for music production, but I do imagine the soundtrack to get remastered completely, perhaps even have the option to toggle off the remastered music, something similar to Nitro Fueled Crash and Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I don't know if you picked up on a little something. Hammer Robot, well, the ham is now metallic. The fodder robot, in this one, glows red. They're maybe adding a touch of personality when they get frustrated, they glow red. Because in the original, they were always green, if I'm not mistaken. Also, when it comes to maybe redesigning something, Kelp Forest. A lot of people disliked this level. Either it was just too difficult, or it was too dark, or too dim. Especially when it comes to the GameCube version. I could imagine the new developer to completely do a lighting overhaul of this level. Also, the GameCube version had less textures, due to perhaps the size of the disc. This reminds me of Crash N. Sane Trilogy and Nitro Fueled on Nintendo Switch, where Crash's fur is less textured, or absent completely. So I'm wondering, will the Switch version of Rehydrated have some sort of downscale? I guess it really depends on what textures they decide to go with. If they go with a texture which Xbox and PS4 can handle, well, they're probably going to have to downscale it on the Nintendo Switch. As for the developer, the original one, Heavy Iron Studios, has zero involvement with this remake. There's no word, absolutely zero. It's all being done by a new team called PurpleLamp. And finally, the box art has some variations depending on the system. PS4 and Xbox, there's no Robo SpongeBob in the back. The PS4 version, you see a bit more of Krusty Krab. And as for the PC version and the Nintendo Switch, well, there you have it, Robo SpongeBob in the back. So with that being said, folks, I guess this is it for the video. So as usual, do your stuff. If I missed anything interesting, please say so in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.